Vegas NRL round thing is in the books, and it was bad.
It was
worst
definitely a round of Las Vegas out of the three.
It certainly happened. Mike Acevo proved why Parramatta letting him go was a mistake.
Oh, wowzers.
Holy crap.
tries.
That run that he had off like catching the short dropout is one of the best things I've seen from Super League football.
However, I think Prime, Mike Acevo scores that try. I think he's not quite as quick as he used to be once.
Louis is a
probably
big
right.
guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy,
He
obviously.
would start on quite a few teams.
Oh,
like
easy.
current
I don't
NRL,
know
I
why
reckon.
he jumped to Super League, but it's working for him, so why not?
Yes. Any other ones from the Super League one? Besides the fact that it was a complete and utter smacking
That was such a surprise after...
by Leeds.
Yeah, after Hull KR absolutely... Well,
They
mostly
gave
gave it to the
Brisbane.
Broncos. But then they got... Well, look,
That makes Brisbane losing look that much worse.
here's the deal, I think too much football can be too much football sometimes, and maybe
That's
Hull's
absolutely
played a bit
correct.
too much recently, and they're just tired. They probably just need a couple of weeks, to be fair. But they probably won't get that because their season's up and running now too.
Yeah, exactly. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
What else was wonderful? Was the North Queensland Cowboys being terrible against Newcastle.
Yes, well done.
I told you this would happen.
We wanted a good spectacle for Las Vegas.
We got a spectacle of people getting injured.
This wasn't it. I did like Todd Payton's press conference where he said, we certainly put on a show, comedy of errors, and then he said we should be renaming our club the North Queensland Care Packages because all we're doing is wrapping up presents in bow ties and giving it to the opposition.
Yeah,
What actually said?
Here's the
He
thing.
did.
He can speak in cliches all he wants. That doesn't mean anything if he can't change how the team is playing. And from what I saw, they are the exact same team as last year, with two new assistant coaches, a new hooker. You finally got healthy Heelan Lukey. You finally got healthy Tom Chester. It's all the same. The same problems are still there. Their defense is still crap. Their red zone attack is still terrible. Here's the stats from the Cowboys game against Newcastle this week. They had 51% of the ball. They completed at 76%. Had 2 less line breaks, 41 missed tackles, conceded 13 offloads, and made 12 errors while running 1,855 meters, right? Here are the stats from the Cowboys' final game last year against Brisbane. 54% possession, 76% completions, 7 less line breaks, 49 missed tackles, 12 offloads, conceded 13 errors, 1,767 meters. It is almost identical.
They ran a bit further, that was about it.
Yeah, because they were running against a worse forward pack. They're the exact same. It's the exact same as last year, and the problem becomes that every other team around them has gotten better. Like, Newcastle have gotten a lot better. Like, for the 25 minutes that their full-strength spine was on the field, they looked pretty damn good.
I was talking with a friend of mine at work, and he said he didn't think the Knights were that good. It's just that the Cowboys were that bad.
Well, they would have scored 40-ish points, I reckon, if Fletcher Sharp doesn't get hurt. 25 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I think, and look, we're going to have a go at Drinkwater, but he was playing injured for the first 20 minutes.
Well,
He made a tackle about 2 minutes in and was injured for that
rib cartilage. Yeah.
So, and rib cartilage is notoriously annoying when it comes to pain.
Yeah, they're a pain management thing. That's
There's a,
really
yeah.
all they are.
Look, there's a couple of extenuating circumstances, like the conversation we had with the Broncos supporter tonight, who thought the Cowboys were pretty well ripped off. Not because they lost, but because of some of the decisions that were made by referees. I think most people out there know which ones we're talking about because it's been all over social media and everything like
I
that.
guess we can talk about the Brady one, obviously.
Probably should have been.
Here's the thing. I have less of an issue with it than a lot of people do. Simply because it got the same grading that Nathan Cleary's preseason tackle one got. And those are the same. The problem becomes in the next game where the inconsistency shows up. For a little bit of time, it was fine.
I also think the Tyson Purcell gets bucks for putting Thomas McHaley out of the game
That one
for a
annoys me.
month and a half.
That one annoys me.
He should have at least got 10 in the bin for that.
Well,
He was the fourth man man in, not third, fourth, and he still put all his pressure sideways on a player's knee who couldn't help it, who couldn't defend against it.
I hate to play devil's
It's
advocate.
such a babyish thing to do, Tyson. You're a big pussy.
I hate to play devil's advocate, but when was the last time you saw someone get sin bin for a cannonball tackle?
Last year, I know it happened at least once. Jeremiah Nene got done for that.
Oh yeah, he did get done for that. That's true. I feel like he's had a lot more force in it than Frizzell.
And did less damage.
I don't know how big Tyson Frizzell is.
The thing is, he was a third man in, which means that at least the guy he was going in on had some chance of maybe defending against it. McKaylee had 3 guys on him already. Frizzell did not even need to go in there. He was going down right there. He wasn't moving forward. And Frizzell goes in and he's out for probably 6 to 8 weeks, which is like way worse than what happened to Kalen Ponga. He didn't even get an HIA. And with his record,
Conservative with it,
not
right?
even the Newcastle doctor came on and had a look at him. It was just, forget it, he's all right. He's up smiling now that he's got the penalty.
Yeah, but again, we're falling into this conversation that we've had multiple times. I don't think that injury result should weigh that heavily into punishment. That being said, I do think that Frizzell needed more because it is a fairly egregious example of a reckless. He deserved at least some time.
Yeah, you get $1,000 or woos.
I mean, how much money he makes per year?
Newcastle pay that anyway. It won't be him. And that's ridiculous. But yes, I mean, I don't think the Cowboys win even if Burns stays on for the 10 minutes. I don't think they get another try against them, but I don't think they win. Because they were not good enough in the 20-metre attack zone when they had all that ball and couldn't get across.
So bad.
It was bad.
They were so flat.
Yeah,
Like,
they
not-
weren't deep enough.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see when they're lining up. The winger, which is supposed to be the deepest player, is like 15 metres behind where the play the ball is. You
I'm
need to
concerned
be so
maybe,
further
look,
away.
play a slide devil's advocate. The field is a different size, so maybe they misjudge distances and stuff like that. I know
Yeah,
that
but it's
they
not like
kicked off
they got too close to the touchline to do anything. They got stuck at like the second row because the ball movement was just so slow and
Yeah,
too
and I guess-
flat.
And I guess, given that Drinkwater was hampered a bit, that's one of the things
They
that
looked
made it
better
slow.
with Purdue at
I
fullback.
know, but in saying that,
That's a concern.
remember that Drinkwater was playing injured. He probably shouldn't have come back on. To be fair, they could have left.
They left Purdue out there. Fast.
They could have kept.
I'm sick
McIntyre
of
in
seeing
the-
Sam McIntyre in the
centres.
centres.
I don't know
I'm
who else
sick-
they could. Sonny Luke, I suppose, could have come on.
Here's a great idea, right? You have the 6-man bench, right? You name your 6-man bench, and Robert Derby is sitting right there, and you decide, instead of moving Murray Talangi to the centres, I'm going to move Sam McIntyre out there. So instead of an outside back, it's a forward.
And we replaced Drinkwater with
With
Kyle
Kyle
O'Donnell.
O'Donnell, yeah. Just like, why? I
Uh,
do not understand it.
I don't know what's going through
It
Todd's mind.
boggles
If
my
anything is
mind.
going through his mind. But anyway, that was bad. The next game was just as boring. It was boring.
Positives for the Cowboys.
Oh.
Tom Chester was good.
He generally kept Ponga as quiet as he possibly
I'm
could.
happy being
Maybe
correct
the
about
maybe
that.
the Toms are the greatest players on the Cowboys.
Jason Taumalolo was good.
He was pretty effective when he was on the field, yes.
Cohen has tried hard, as he normally does.
Love
But he didn't
Cohen.
have as good a game as he... Lukey
He's fine.
got through a game, didn't get injured, scored a try.
To be
Not
fair,
bad.
He only scored a try because the Newcastle training staff are complete idiots.
Yeah, well,
I don't know why Fletcher Sharp was on the field.
yeah, that was a mistake. He probably told us
That's
that.
the thing.
We'll run it off.
And that's the thing about the Cowboys, that it took a visibly injured Fletcher Sharp missing a tackle on Halen Lukey, who's 3 times his size, and a catch from heaven by Murray Talangi from a pass from Sam McIntyre in the centres for them to score double digits.
No, then
What a joke.
no, there was a nice kick through by...
Yeah, but
Crawford as
exactly.
well.
That's the one try that wasn't from sheer utter Deus Ex Machina.
And it also takes a bit of skill because, I mean, obviously Talangi practices
Look,
those because he
don't get me wrong,
catches them
it was
all
a-
the time.
Don't get me wrong, it was a great catch, but that should not be thrown by Sam McIntyre.
Throw
And
it.
don't diss Sam. He obviously did a good
I
job
will
with that
dis-
pass.
I do not understand. This
But anyway.
the love affair
Well,
was
it's
that
not
game-
Sam's fault, is it?
No, it's not Sam's fault either, to be fair.
He's just being cooler. He's
told.
told.
Halen Lukey, I thought he was good. Halen Lukey was good. He's great. He's been pretty good for them in terms of bringing the ball out of their own end off like kickoffs and stuff. They've used him well that way.
McKaylee was good for the 5 minutes he excellent in
Can we-
the,
Jackson Purdue was.
He was good at fullback
He-
apparently.
was-
So
yes, he works well when he can get the ball in good space.
Yeah.
When the ball movement is slower than I am, that's not going to happen. Especially because Dane Gagai is like an amazing defensive center. So
he's
it's
also
just
got
nothing.
lots of drop ball in Dan Gagbo,
Uh,
but anyway.
For Newcastle, I thought their spine looked much improved from last year,
Well,
and it
So
needed
hard.
yeah. Here's the deal. We were wondering what Dylan Brown was going to play. Hardly did anything.
to. He was just a facilitator.
It was Kalen Ponga's team.
He was excellent. That was a scary game. because
It
that's
was
like,
Kalen
that's-
Ponga's team, and
That's Dally M. Kalen Ponga.
Yeah,
that was
watch
in that
watch
one.
Ponga with Dally M again.
well, if he does, he'll deserve it. It's just,
If he plays like that the whole year, he will.
although he didn't deserve it
When he went the first time, yeah. Yeah, he was great. 157 meters, set up 2 tries, 8 tackle breaks, plus over 250 kick meters. He was doing everything in this game. He was great.
But he's always the difference for Newcastle play. If
Absolutely.
he's not playing that game, the Cowboys probably win.
Yeah, because they score 0 points.
yes.
Although maybe Fletcher Sharp does some random thing like he did to score his try and then gets hurt. He played for 25 minutes and had he had a line break assist, a try, 5 tackle breaks, and like 100-ish meters in a quarter of a game.
Yeah.
He's just ridiculous.
That's because he's got speed to burn.
I thought Trey Mooney's been a pretty good addition for them in the forwards, just a defensive stalwart who has a pretty good running game. His ceiling is what Terrell May was to the Tigers last year.
Here's the deal that's good for the Knights. Sandon Smith comes off the bench. They lose nothing.
He was
In fact, they may gain
really
something
good.
when he comes on.
He was excellent. He was great. Great signing.
Best was okay. I didn't think he had the try, but he got
I
to bring it on somebody.
I expected a bigger game.
Yep.
Going
So did I, and he didn't actually do it a lot. One try, but that was mostly because of
This game for Newcastle, it's exactly what you wanted to see with brand new spine, new head coach. They look better. That's all you can ask for. The Cowboys look the same, which is bad. This game was proof of their stagnation, in my opinion.
Can we hire the Wayne Bennett?
You're not going to get Wayne Bennett. You're going to get Jason Demetriou, and you're going to like it.
I wouldn't actually necessarily hate it. He's actually been
He's
here
bad.
as an assistant coach.
No, they're going to promote not Paul Green. Wayne
Paul
Green.
Wellens.
No, they're going to
No, I
they're going to
don't
promote
think
the
so.
wrong guy.
One guy.
Wrong guy.
Wongers!
They're going to promote Blake Green to be the interim coach once Todd Payton gets fired, and they're going to go 0-24 this year.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on to a
We
game
no, we're still boring.
significantly. I don't think it was boring. I think it had significantly more controversy than the Cowboys game did. What an absolute farce this Dogs Dragons game was. I'm going to start this off by saying I feel so bad for the Dragons. If there's one thing you can call this team, it's tenacious.
Oh, yeah.
Steven
They
Wright
tried-
should have
They
tried.
tried very, very hard.
Yeah, they were
Against-
great.
A few bad decisions as
Their,
well.
I thought their defense was excellent. This is the halves especially. I thought were excellent in defense. That's the one time you're going to catch me saying something positive about Kyle Flanagan.
No, he was the last person to win the World Cup challenge. Last halfback to win the
Yeah,
World
it's a
Cup
great
challenge.
stat. But yes, I thought in defense he was excellent. He was really, really good. Like the Dragons, 88% completion. That's wonderful. That's excellent.
That's really
They
good.
had 600 less meters, which is kind of to be expected with the pack they have.
Yeah.
4 less line breaks, and they only lost by 1 in Golden Point against the Bulldogs. Excellent, excellent effort.
Most people would have tipped the Bulldogs by, like, lots.
Yeah, I tipped them by like 12 or something.
Yeah, I tipped them probably by more than that. I can't remember, but it was,
But I think the big story for the Dragons here was without Jacob Little, Damien Cook put on a masterclass. He was excellent. Played the entire game, ran 90 meters, had a try assist, 4 tackle breaks, 70 tackles with only 2 misses. That's a excellent performance from Damien Cook. He nearly carried them to victory himself. Awesome.
we pay for that. It'll be buggered right now.
Yeah, they need Jacob Little back, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the forwards that they had have picked up from where they left off last year. Toby Couchman was excellent. I thought Jaden Sewer did well. Hamish Stewart was good.
Zagula, he scored their first try off a kick.
That was amazing. I like Emery Gould. He's good. Obviously, the new man on the interchange, Ryan Couchman, came 6 minutes and was excellent. 53 tackles with only 3 misses off a big ACL injury. I'm interested to see how important he becomes to this forward.
Their attack was still a little bit average.
It's a similar story. It's frustrating.
They're going to fight it out at the very low points.
And you know the problem is the Bulldogs weren't any better. Their attack is still really, really concerning.
They've got the best centre in the world. They've got the guy with the best kick in the world. They've got
One of the most promising young hearts in the NRL. They just can't score points. It boggles my mind as to how this is happening. Because Galvin, I thought, was excellent in this game.
Yeah, no one likes Cowboys.
He ran 190 metres, set up a try, had 2 line break assists, 35 tackles with only 1 miss. He was good. However, the only thing teams need to do is watch them play and see his only real ball playing thing is a short pass to Jacob Preston. If you get 3 people on Jacob Preston, the ball is not going past him on that right side. So they just need to hone in on that, and you can just shut down this dog's attack on the right immediately. Kick out. The kick out and Preston were great. They were both excellent. Yeah, I think kick out had 8 tackle breaks or something. He won for over 300 metres, 61. Need to fix this attack. Otherwise, this Galvin signing is going to be one of the worst that's ever happened. Because you've taken a perennial it might take a little bit to being a
didn't even get charged.
I have no idea.
The guy swung his arm and copped the guy's fair in the scone.
That one blew my mind. And obviously the other thing is the called strip in Golden Point. There are 8 tackles like that happen every game, and that one gets called a strip. That's just wrong. And I'm completely with the I think 5 instances in this game. So I don't know. The only time you see me fighting with Shane Flanagan is something.
The only reason Stephen Crump fine is because he's one of the big money makers in the NRL of money hungry doofuses.
I don't know about
He's
that.
one of the protected species now.
Yes, it's like Cleary,
There's Reece Walsh, there's Nathan Cleary.
Ponga.
Kalen Ponga probably kind of fits into that.
He's also a money
They're the face of the NRL, right? Faces of the NRL.
I think
So-
Nathan Cleary.
I wouldn't say Stephen Crichton.
I think he is.
not
Oh yeah, because he's a centre. It hasn't happened since.
He's also
Latrell Mitchell.
captain.
No, Latrell Mitchell's bad.
I think he's protected. It happened last year apparently as well. I was reading that he was like protected like in the final series or something.
There was that one tackle that he did that he did. I don't think that was that bad.
This one was terrible.
This one
That was worse.
I guess the mitigating circumstances of the set was nearly real.
But you know when Ponga passes the ball, he drops down by about half a foot or a foot
Yeah,
as well.
I think the worst thing when it comes to Stephen Crichton is
It was a swinging
thing
arm.
rather than just like a standard.
Burns actually came in, he wasn't trying to get him in there. He gets 3 weeks for it.
That one frustrates me more. That's what makes the break.
He just got a
I think
penalty.
the refs are
I think
bad.
it was just a penalty.
Refs are bad. We're
Refs
going to
are
be
bad.
officiating.
It's so bad, which means
Getting
certain teams
worse.
are going to get worse than others.
Possible the referee is going to get worse.
It's going to get worse. You see the one that Belinda Sharp screwed up?
Oh my word.
So bad.
Murray did not
You
go
know,
out of
The only
bounds.
thing that saved her blushes was that Drinkwater was there
Also,
touchdown over the sideline.
yeah.
Murray Talangi was in when he, well, not in, but his feet weren't
Talangi does something cool, you can almost always assume that it was completely fine. Yeah. It seems to happen.
Yes, Drinkwater still got pushed into touch. But maybe he would have struggled harder if he hadn't seen that or just shut
It's a matter of reaction time.
Yeah.
I don't think there was enough time. It's still a bad call nonetheless.
Yeah, you got to get that right. She was 1.5 meters away from it, for goodness sake.
What do you think of Daniel Atkinson? He was like, well, at least not in Nevada.
I think they'll do it.
Move it around.
If they go to London,
Seattle or something, where the team that's just won the Super Bowl.
You need to
Boston, which is very English.
you get players playing in American winter in the north of the continent. They go into freeze to death.
Take it to Miami then.
New York is in the middle of a blizzard right now. I don't think that it's
I'll
going to
take it to Florida then.
I think you'd get more of a market in like the deep south area, like
Where did they
like
get the
even like you get more of a market there, or just wait until the middle of the year and send someone to Canada. I reckon they'd enjoy it more.
They might.
I've said this before. Market to ice hockey fans. Their sport is more. Yeah, it's more comparable to rugby league.
Cool.
Are you ready for Matt Burton to have a Hunters contract for the next couple of years? That'd be really funny.
Maybe go to Miami or something.
He nearly hit the roof of the Raiders training facility.
Yeah, that was
No.
really hit a speaker in the
That's
actual.
amazing. Like they built that stadium specifically so that
Let's do it anyway.
I wonder if the NFL Bulls are definitively smaller than Australian football Bulls. Like I think they're roughly the same size as an Aussie rules football. I wonder if being smaller would make it better or worse for kicking. The sweet spot would be smaller, but because it's lighter, maybe you can kick it even higher. Which for Matt Burton is just an insane thought.
How close would his run get?
Oh yeah, they have a fair catch. You just have to make it get too far. Get out of the stadium.
He'll kick it,
Bye.
That'd be great.
Wasn't that ball filled with helium?
I'd
Get
love
into
to
the next
see.
zip code.
I would because like there is precedent for Australians being excellent punters.
Usually they're AFL players, but
He's big.
yeah, he's also
I'm interested to see how that would work. You could run a lot of like trick plays with him, I reckon. That'd be fun.
because he would also tackle people.
There was I remember was the early 2000s Randall Cunningham for the Philadelphia Eagles was the quarterback and punter, which was fun. Saw the Eels at Amy Park. I am intrigued about this game.
Melbourne are gonna win.
So, Suafalongo is officially the fullback at the start of the year for the Melbourne Storm. Nick Meaney is on the wing in place of the injured Xavier Coates, and Moses Leo joins the centres for what's going to be, I think, his first like extended
So it's not like he's coming
rugby
in
union convert guy. I
Yeah.
think he's good. Joe Chen and what's his name again? Artavalu Lasati. They get the edges because Sean Bloor is out. Alec McDonald starts at lock with Trent Loiero suspended. Six-man bench, Tyron Wishart, Cooper Clark and Preston Conn. You get the debutant alert in the first Australian game of the year. Tui Kamikamica, Davin Wiley, and Brown, I don't remember how to quite pronounce his name, are all there for Melbourne. Josh Adokar is out with broken thumb, I think. So Sean Russell shifts to the wing, and Brian Kelly makes his Parramatta Eels debut.
Didn't he come from
Titans,
Yeah.
yes. Titans. The Prophets, Moses and Jonah unite for the first regular season game in the halves. I'm very proud of that nickname. De Silva, the most expensive backup hooker in the league, is on the bench, alongside Dylan Walker, Sam Tuivasa, Matt Dury, Kelvin Tuilagi, and Josh This is a 50-50 for mine. Because this is a weak Melbourne team.
It is. The only thing that makes me tip it towards Melbourne
Today it's a home game. Parramatta seem to play really well against Melbourne, though.
Yeah, they have teams that play well against them.
I'm picking the upset here. I think Parramatta are going to get a win here. And the
Well-
Melbourne first round winning streak finally ends.
That would go against a lot of history. So we'll see what
This year has been stupid. So I
you said that last year. But every year's been
We've had like 2 months of 2026, and it's stupid. So I'm expecting stupid everywhere.
Okay, well I think
Go Para.
probably Melbourne by 2.
It's gonna be a close game.
Oh,
Which
no, we
everyone
buy
knows.
about
I've tipped Para by 4.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, it's going to be close one way or the other.
I think we're gonna see far longer.
I don't think.
I'm expecting it to be bad.
I think we're going to see.
Why he's not a good fullback. I'd almost prefer to see him in the halves.
I think he's a very similar to Keanu Kitty, to be fair. So
Keeney is more of the workhorse Dylan Edwards type than Far Longer. Far Longer is almost more of like a worse version of Matt Duffy. Would be my comparison
That's-
to him.
Certainly a
thing.
throwback.
I
Matt
think that's
Duffy.
probably the best comparison I can come up with for him. Or even like I'd say a Iongi sort of player maybe. Kind of close to that.
Okay, so
Decent.
the other Parramatta.
Yeah, the Parramatta one, yeah, but I think Iongi has better ball playing than Far Longer does.
Oh,
Far
he's
Longer
got
doesn't
better-
pass.
He's probably better on his feet.
Maybe.
And look, he's fast. We know that.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
I
I think
Parramatta,
it'll be a good game, actually. I think that'll be one of the better ones of the round.
I think it'll be good. The first 3 games of this round are crazy. Speaking of the second one, Warriors play the Roosters at Mount Smart,
Otherwise,
which is amazing.
Yes, back.
Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is back on deck for the Warriors, which is good for them.
Because he was running 300 metres at the end of last year, so
While Luke Metcalf is out, Tanner Boyd still has the halfback jersey. Wafi Camperera's on the extended bench now. Jacob Laban's the starting edge with Leka Halassin
that's
on
all right.
the bench.
I don't mind that.
I think Leka's a good impact player with how he plays.
Yeah, all right.
He's there alongside newcomer Morgan Gannon, Sam Healy, Dimitri Tanner Smith, and Taines Tuapiki. So pretty much your classic 6-man bench setup with some
Couple of backs.
outside backs and utility and all that jazz. The Bondi Buyers Club begins with Jerry.
Nobody cares. Daly is like he's going to be dragged down gurney.
He's there, but Reece Robson isn't because he broke
His hand. Yes.
So that guy, he's the starting hooker with Colin Watson on the bench and Blake Steep starting at lock. I didn't expect that. I thought you may have had Watson at lock and then shift him, but Nat Butcher starts on
Who
the
are we?
edge.
We're very good coaches, apparently.
I'm a better coach than Trent Robinson. Yes. Siwa Wong's on the bench, so he's been with Egan Butcher, Spencer Leniu, Cody Ramsey, which is amazing that he's even playing football after his ulcerative colitis thing. That's amazing for him to be back. And Pounder, they're like outside back person. They've got 2 wingers on the bench, which is interesting. That Tedesco doesn't go down.
Yeah, well,
They've got no fullback cover there.
wingers can play fullback though.
This is a coin toss. I'm giving it to the Warriors solely based on prejudice.
And Mount Smart Stadium.
It's at Mount Smart. It'll
We
be a
love
sellout. We love.
That'll
We
be
love
the
games.
Warrior fans will be going ballistic as normal. Yeah, I hope the Lions win.
I want the Roosters to be bad so bad.
I've got this bad feeling that the Roosters may get them. I don't want them to, but I'll tip the Warriors, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Roosters won.
The Warriors will win this game through the middle. The Roosters will win this game through the edges, like pretty easily. Their outside backs are leagues better than the Warriors ones. Like
I don't know. Tuivasa-Sheck's pretty good.
I take Marky Mark over him every day of the week, and
I wouldn't.
maybe Daniel Tupou as well because of the aerial threat that he poses.
Yeah, I just like how hard Tuivasa-Sheck runs out of danger.
Like I think Billy Smith is really good as a centre for them, and Robert Toy is excellent.
Yeah, Toya's
The Warriors centre pairing strike much enthusiasm for me.
Yeah, the Warriors forward pack's pretty.
But the Warriors forward pack is just so good. The forward pack is just so good. I really, really want to do well, so I'm giving it to them. And I want to see down with Jerry Evans completely fall apart. That'd be fun. Cool. Moving on to another 50-50 game. Broncos Penrith at Suncorp Stadium. This should have been the opening game. This should have been the Thursday night game, in my opinion.
It's always Friday night at Suncorp.
Friday night at Suncorp, yeah. After getting beat by the Hull KR team that just got pantsed, the Broncos return to the first time in 6 years non-grand finalist Penrith Panthers. That's a crazy sentence. Brendan Piakura is out, so Jack Guzevsky starts on the edge. And with Tyson Smoothie and Kobe Hetherington leaving for pastures. I'm going to say greener pastures because, Hetherington's on the Sea Eagles now. Dalty Towers and new recruit Oblix Taufa seem to be the mainstays, just based on where they were placed on the interchange. Corey Pegg starts at hooker, Ben Hunt's on the bench, alongside Grant Anderson, Jesse Arthurs, and Xavier Wilson.
Anyway.
He's good as halves cover, I suppose, if you need it. Penrith are only missing Liam Martin, which is good for them. So Luke Garner starts on the edge, and Kalani Going is there for his regular season debut. He's on the wing over Jenkins, which, after the way he performed at the back end of last year, I can see it.
He was there, one of the best players in the
Absolutely. Also on the bench, Jack Cogger, Luron Patang, and Sam Freddie Plussick as well. So, I'm interested to see the reception that Payne Haas gets. This is going to be intriguing. Are they going to boo him? Yeah, I haven't even put a prediction in for this game.
I don't like to predict this game because I don't like either of the teams very much.
Me
But
neither.
I'm hoping that Penrith actually win.
It depends on how you think this game's going to play out. If it's going to be a defensive slog, Penrith are going to win. If it's going to be a shootout, the Broncos are going to win.
Stuff
Well, the Broncos
to
will
the
try and
hills.
make it into a shootout because that's their style, right? So
I think their game plan this year is going to be give the ball to Reece Walsh and let him do magic, because that's worked last year.
it did, but it can't work for 27 rounds. So
It could.
I
That's
doubt
how
it very
that's how
much.
the Cowboys won a premiership. They said, "Hey, give the ball to JT and let him do it." It's true.
yeah, but
But also, you need to count in the finals. So yeah, there's that.
I hope Brisbane don't
I have no idea.
Stuff them to the hills.
The world sucks, so I'm going to give Brisbane the edge here.
Good.
I've never thought I'd see you going to Penrith before.
that just shows how much I dislike Brisbane.
Brisbane suck.
I have no
Sick of
idea.
Brisbane.
I'm going to
The
give
only
Brisbane the
Brisbane
edge.
team that doesn't suck is the Heat.
I think I still trust
They're
their
bad.
forward pack a little bit more
Sorry.
than Penrith's one. I think they need to play Isaiah Papali'i longer. He needs to be starting.
Oh,
on the bench.
he's so damaging
He's
when he
so
comes on.
good.
He's very good.
Yeah. Now, this is a game where I'm intrigued, even though I think I know the result. The Sharks and the Titans playing at not PointsBet Stadium anymore. They call it something else now. I don't remember what
Let's
it is.
call it Shark Park.
It's
if
Shark
you're done
Park.
with it. Yeah.
Shark Park. With Ronaldo Militalo and Cameron McInnes both out, Samuel Stone Street and Jesse Colhoun are the new starters there.
Stone Street's actually a good player, so
I quite like him. Tom Hazelton starts with Oregon Kafusi coming off the bench, which is a switch from how they were
Hazelnut.
last year.
Yeah.
Talakai, Rudolph, Uele, Purdue, and Vaila are also there. Hammond Uele's gone back to Uele now, so
Yes, it's just
choose a
relate-
side. Yeah, this is just, it's another good year of continuity for this Sharks squad that just doesn't seem to change at all.
Yeah.
So, good for them. Jaden Campbell, it was said like 5 hours before the team list came out that he's going to miss 2 to 4 weeks with a calf injury. So Lockie Ilias is going to make his Titans debut, which I don't think they lose much at all.
No, they don't. Lockie's
I'm-
actually a good
I'm a
player.
big fan of Lockie
Yeah.
Ilias.
I think he was dudded at Souths, but anyway.
I think he started at the Dragons
Yeah, that
more than
too.
anything. But yeah, the Sharks have a bunch of continuity. The Titans don't. They waste no time going through a roster overhaul with David Fafita gone and all these guys. So, debutant talent on the wing. I'm going to try and pronounce Sialatili Faimani is on the wing. He's very much in the mold of like a Greg Marju or a Brian Toto. These like Anyone's favourite, I thought, was Josh Paxton, but they gave it to Arama Howe in place of Dave Fafita, obviously. Cooper Bai is on the bench, another debutant. I'm very, very excited to see him in a full.
I find it very funny because Marcus Bai was a winger and we got Cooper Bai who's a forward.
Marcus Bai was a big guy, though. To be fair, he was a pretty big dude. He played for the Roosters. Okay. Also for them, Curtis Morin, Tuki Mahia Simpkins, Cleese Haas, Luke Summerton, and Zane Harrison are their bench. So again, pretty standard. You got a halfback, you got a hooker, and some forwards. Pretty much what you want. I think Cronulla will win this. Yeah, I give the Sharks the win here, but I'm just going to be watching intently on how the Titans look in this game, because this will be the game where they can show if their mentality around defense has changed at all. I'm going to give the Sharks about a 2-score win, but I just want to see what the Titans look like in an actual regular season game. Sharks, well, I just hope Keanu Keeney can stay healthy for a full season. They'll be really good if he's there the whole time.
Oh, they will. And look, I hope for the Titans that they finally do something, but I don't think it's this year.
You're
next
probably
year,
right.
Maybe next year if they, Hannay after a full year at the helm might, you might then finally get a team he can work with.
I guess we will see how that goes. Now, this game, this is going to be a poo slinger.
Nobody cares. I think the Raiders will win.
The Sea Eagles play the Raiders at Brookvale. This will be a poo slinger. It'll be their first bad game of the year, I think.
I think the Raiders will win.
The Trebojevic Bros, we get our first look at them in the year 2026. Jamal Fogarty starts his first regular season game at halfback for the Northern Beaches retirement home.
Against his old team.
Joey Walsh and Kobe Hedrington are new on the bench for them. They've got Ethan Bullimore, Nathan Brown, Clayton Fellow, and Brayden Waker. He's still in the NRL somehow. Yeah. I don't think he's played an actual game in like 3 years. So that's Manly. For the Raiders, with Matt Timokos sidelined with some sort of indistinct foot injury, I think. Semi Sasungi gets the centre spot, which is fine because he's a pretty damn good player.
Yeah.
And you get the Ethan as a square halves combo with Strange and Sanders.
That's a pretty good combo, to be fair. It's not bad.
Yeah. Tom Starling, still the starting hooker, but Jaden Brayley is the full team, which means Owen Paddy has been ousted.
Jaden Brayley was very good for the Knights. So.
Here's the one that confuses me. Zach Hosking is on the bench, and Noah Martin is the starting second rower. Who's that? He's one of the Martin triplets that are at Canberra. I didn't think we'd actually see him playing, but there you go. If he's gotten over Zach Hosking, I'm intrigued. I think it might only because Matty Nicholson is hurt. I think once Nicholson is healthy, he'll come back in.
Yeah.
He'll just slot straight to the starting side. Hosking will stay on the bench because he's also kind of a middle now. Other bench players there: Artem Adiotto, Morgan Smithies, Dane Laurie, and Jed Stewart. So pretty stock standard here for the Raiders. Besides the whole Noah Martin thing.
So who do you think wins?
I'm gonna give the edge to the Raiders because their forward pack is just that much better.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be many points.
It's still going to be one of the best forward packs in the comp.
Oh yeah, the forward pack hasn't changed, right? It's just their spine that concerns me. So I think they'll win. It'll be
We'll
like
see how the Strange
Sanders.
combo works.
Yeah, Sanders is more of a classical halfback, so it still works pretty well to complement Ethan Strange, who's just
not
excellent.
Yeah, he's so hard to follow.
Yeah, this will be like a 14-10 slog on a early Sunday, I think this is.
The next one, however, will not be.
No, it's the late Saturday game. That's depressing. A terrible primetime Saturday game. Now,
The next one will be points galore.
this will be fun. Finns, Rabbits at Suncorp Stadium. I'm very, very intrigued. I didn't get time to write a script for this part, so I'm just going to look at the team list and go on the fly. So, Selwyn Cobbo has got that wing spot, to no one's
No
surprise.
surprise, yeah.
To my chagrin, they've still put Hamaso at fullback, which is stupid, Christian. You have Trey Fuller, and you have Jake Averillo, who's expendable. Just do the right thing. Tom Gilbert and Tom Fleckler are the two Toms starting forwards.
Nice.
I like it.
Good to see you. So good to see Flegler back.
With Jeremy Marshall King and Max Platt still hurt, you get Kurt Donahue as your starting hooker. Morgan Knowles has won the starting lock role. They're British. Okay, group. About that. Starting second row is Lemuelu and Finufuiaki. So on their bench they've got Brad Schneider, Oren Keeley, Felix Kafusi, Trey Fuller, Brent spelled the same way, and Sebastian Sewer. So, I don't know.
His brother.
Actually, don't know. I don't know about that one. I still don't like having Hammer at fullback. They need to take a leaf out of the Rabbitohs playbook and play the clearly better fullback at fullback. Jai Gray officially has that spot. Latrell Mitchell is officially a centre.
That's where Hammer should be.
Exactly.
With Trey Fuller at fullback.
They score so many more points when Fuller is back there. I don't understand it.
He's almost. He reminds me a little bit of a Matt Bowen. Not quite
Exactly.
as good, but he's very, very nippy, and he's
shorter.
I agree. So yeah, for the Rabbits, they've put Campbell Graham on the wing, which I've been screaming for such a long time.
Well, he's so tall, right? Well,
He's such a great player. Jack White is the other centre. Bronson Garlick has the starting hooker role while Brandon Smith is out, I assume. Tavita Totola and Keonu, two starting props. Ewan Aitken has the starting edge role over Tallis Duncan, which confuses me.
Weird.
But it might just be because Tallis Duncan can also play in the middle, and they need the versatility. I have no issue with that. Cam Murray being back, so happy for that.
That's good.
Happy for that. Speeder is there. Going to be a lot of spotlight on him coming into this game. If he doesn't perform early against this, admittedly not great Dolphins edge combo, I'd start to get concerned. Great attacking player, not great defensive player. Very like a Halasima sort of thing. I think anyway. The bench: Dallas Duncan, Hubner, Kepi, Sullivan. Jaden Sullivan still exists, and Moala Graham Taufa. There are ringing the Warriors, if I remember correctly. So yeah, no sign of John Radel, which makes me very sad. I like John Radel. But yeah, two pretty full strength sides, pretty close anyway here.
It's going to be backs versus forwards, and I think
I'm going to give the advantage to the Dolphins.
I think the Finns win. I think they have more points in them.
Look, the thing for me is like watching the second trial that the Rabbits had when it was kind of like at least their backline was fairly full strength.
And they lost to a team of Manly.
No, they beat
No,
Manly,
they beat
but they should have won by a lot more.
Manly strength.
The thing that I was looking for in that was when Latrell Mitchell was going to do the roving centre thing that we've been asking for a very, very long time. He didn't. Now, I don't know whether to take that as a sign of it just being a trial and him not wanting to get hurt, because everyone's getting hurt. Bunnies again, the Giant going down, and Adam Elliott being hurt again. But I don't know whether to take it as a trial thing or whether just a sign of a lack of intent. This is the game where we'll see if he's willing to put in the hard yards. And if he is, this team's going to be scary. If he's not, then they're just going to be kind of average.
Both he and Fafita decide to be lazy on the same day.
So except why? See the top 6 Tigers. They're going to be there. They're going to be there. You laugh, but they're going to be there. They are not going to get the spoon.
No, I don't think they're going to get the spoon.
Good, because the Cowboys going to get the spoon.
No, I don't think the Cowboys are going to get the spoon either because
Well, I don't think after
St. George still exists.
they took it to the Dogs.
Manly still exists.
Manly are the ones.
And Cowboys have recently got a pretty good record against the Tigers at Leichhardt.
Yeah, stupidly high-scoring games. But now the Cowboys' attack sucks, so I don't know how well that's going to go.
Maybe look
That
better on
was
a bigger
exactly
field.
great last year anyway. So.
No, that's true too. They still beat them at Leichhardt.
Yeah, so that is round 1 Vegas in the books and round
1B.
1 Australia,
On Mark 2.
where we're getting into swing now. I was so happy being able to write this again. I missed it so
Me
much.
too.
Well, it's good. It's good to have the footy back. Let's
Great to
hope
have
this
the footy
weekend
back.
at least has 1 or 2 decent games because last weekend did not.
Last weekend did not. No. Yeah, I'm tempted to do like, I guess it's the overreaction for a lot of these teams, where it's like the Cowboys are just going to suck and not going to win any games because they can't defend and can't attack. The Knights are better than everybody expected and could push for a top 8 spot. The Dogs are in trouble because they can't score points, and the Dragons are just kind of there. But I don't know how. I don't know. It's round 1. It's hard to draw a lot of conclusions, but like empirically, I think you can make a couple of sound ideas about a lot of these teams in 1 week.
Yeah, well, coaches who are worth their salt make the tough decisions, Todd. And
Well, the tough decision that fixes the Cowboys.
Get rid of some dead wood somehow.
You know, this is going to sound like sack. The deadwood is Scott Drinkwater. I'm telling you, he is such an attitude problem. Like, he is a problem in the locker room, I think. I really think they need to put someone else at fullback and just let him go to a team that's going to overpay for a fullback because they're dying. He can go to the Dragons or something. I don't know. I really think he could be really good. Because let's face it, the Cowboys are in a full-fledged rebuild right now. They like to pretend they're not. They're in a rebuild. And I think they really just need to blow it up and start again. Because the current core of Scott Drinkwater and Jake Clifford and Reed Marnie aren't going to win you anything. Plus the albatross of a contract that Jason Tamalolo was on has hampered them in signing decent people for a very, very long time. And now that you've got so much money tied up in Jeremiah Denai, who's underperforming, Tom Dearden, who's great, you can keep him, but there's like so many bloated contracts that they need to just let expire and start from scratch. And that includes Todd Payton's contract. I think he will be done. I would be surprised if the Cowboys win a game in the first 2 months of the season. I would be very, very surprised. Or they'll just ride it out to their first bye in like round 14, 15 or whatever it is and just fire him then.
I guess it depends on whether they can turn anything around next week.
I love the Randy Sports Bar thing that Todd Payton has.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah,
It's so funny because I could legitimately see that being how the meeting went as well.
Because it belongs to
I
me.
didn't even know why I'm here. The Penrith
I have
trainer.
Yeah.
I was sworn that Michael Luck was leaving, but he's still there.
He's kind of like one of
The
the
CEO. I thought he was the
I could
CEO.
have sworn that he was leaving.
No, he was never leaving.
Todd Payton's kept him there. This is the only reason Todd Payton is still there.
Rugby
Maybe.
league betrays you.
I don't
Because
understand.
it belongs to me.
I was listening to the ESPN Boom Rookies podcast, which are great. There are a couple of Aussie guys that write rugby league articles for ESPN, like the major American sports network, and they were talking about how the Cowboys' like new head of football coaching staff thing are the most he gets the team coaching staff of all time. Because look at it, it's Michael Luck who's been there for however long.
Yeah.
Jonathan Thurston, Matt Scott, and Brent Tate. These are just people who have just been at the club before. And
Long periods of
now I
time.
don't know whether that's a symptom of no one wanting to come up here because the team is kind of a trash fire,
Or
or the head office being complete idiots with their signings.
Paul Wellens from St. Helens.
I like him. I do really like him.
His nickname is Wellens
I think
from St. Helens.
the old heads might be useful for some of these young guys as well. So I think those guys came from an era of Cowboys dominance.
This is
Thurston,
true.
Scott, Tate, they were all there when the Cowboys were up.
Yeah, but good players don't necessarily make good coaches.
They're not coaches. They're part of the.
Well, the Cowboys head office idea is, okay, we've brought in these guys. Do you really want to disappoint Jonathan Thurston? It's like those, like, you remember those anti-piracy ads where it's like, you wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal. That's exactly what you wouldn't disappoint Jonathan Thurston.
Yeah.
You would disappoint Matt Scott. Why would you disappoint Todd Payton? That's exactly
We
what
just
that
need.
smacks
Look,
of.
I'm not getting ahead of myself and thinking they're going to beat the Tigers next time, but I want to see some improvement somewhere.
Look, here's the thing. In my opinion, the big issue for the Cowboys against Newcastle that they couldn't wrap up. Like,
Yeah,
Newcastle
they were
offloaded
offloaded,
ad nauseum. And the Tigers have Terrell May and Kai Pearce-Paul, two of the most prolific offloading forwards in rugby league.
That's something they need to practice, don't they? I mean, they need to lock up that ball. How hard is it? Apparently, it's almost
It's
impossible.
pretty hard when you actually don't give a crap.
I guess we'll see what
I'm
happens.
certain
next
that's what most of the team's problem is. They just do not care. So
I thought all of that left with Chad.
they just need to blow it up, in my opinion. They need to start over.
Well, they're not going to do that.
They're too
They've got
stubborn.
And they've
They're
got
too
too many
bloody
people on
stubborn.
high contracts, like one's till 2029
Well, I mean, like,
and
they've got,
whatever.
but I mean, like, they've got a lot of players
Well,
that go
it's-
off contract
playing 2029. That's Tom Dean. At least he's good.
Yeah, he'll stay. They can build around him because he's still fairly young.
Well,
Nanai
actually, is he?
is a problem.
26.
Nanai's a problem. Tamalolo's contract, they're just going to have to swallow that, I think, because
Oh,
if they
he's
cut
not-
him, he's still going to have a bunch of dead money anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
So I think the plan is,
And he's not playing awfully anyway, so
I say you let Drinkwater walk, you let Murray Talangi walk, you let a lot of these guys who are just underperforming and are off contract at the end of the year, you let them go. You bring in fresh guys, bring in development guys. Look at the teams that have been so successful. Penrith is the best development system in the country, and they won 4 premierships in a row. That is not a coincidence.
dude, we have 11. We have the third most council region players, like junior players in the team.
And that is true. But I'm sorry, when you have as many young forwards on development contracts as the Cowboys do, and you are prioritizing Harrison Edwards in the minutes rotation, you do not actually care about these young guys. That is why Marley Bittengarden walked. That is why Nick Lanatz walked. And if they do not fix it, Caden Lars is going to walk as well. And that will be the nail in the coffin of this regime. Because he is the best young forward this team has.
He's one of
If
the
they let
best.
him go, it's a disaster.
He's one of the best young forwards. Period. This injury, as bad as it is for Michaeli, might be a lifesaver for Caden. He may
They'll
get
just
his
bring
go.
John Bateman on the bench again.
No, Bateman may not, because Michaeli's a front rower, and Bateman's not, and yeah, Caden is. So
They'll just shift Sam McIntyre to the middle of the field.
I think they really need to put.
I think they really need to put Ruben Cotter back at prop. Honestly.
Tamalolo back at lock.
Or even put McIntyre at lock at this point. I think you just need that defensive solidness that, I'm sorry, Cohen Hess doesn't have. There's a lot of I think in my opinion pretty obvious player decisions that need to be made, and Todd has refused to make them for going on nearly 3 years now. And it's a problem.
I don't have the negative opinion on Hess that a lot of people have. I rate him as a player.
He gives away so many penalties is where a lot of
That's
people
because he's
get
over
upset.
exuberant, I think, more than anything. I don't think he's doing it.
Tom Dean
He's
is like
horrible.
that though, and he doesn't give away much penalties.
Except Tom Dean has no emotion.
That's not the same thing though. You can be enthusiastic playing and also not enthusiastic as a person. But yes, Tom Dean has the personality of a cardboard box.
He has the personality of a wet paper towel.
And any other thing you want to add, I guess. But at least he plays
Eggshell.
At least
He is an eggshell.
He has the personality of a bed frame.
But at least he plays good football.
He does play good football.
Yeah, that's good.
Alright.
Okay, guys, we'll see you same splat time next week.
Same time next week, yes. I'm going off to Linkin Park this week.
Yes,
Sky.
we are.
I'm hoping we can actually get back with that tropical low.
The
that's
tropical
happening.
low that's happening.
Lonely. His
If we
boys
don't,
are
if we don't
leaving
upload
me.
next week, it's because we're stuck in Brisbane.
Hopefully that's not happening, but we'll see.
Now I'm gonna have to watch the
That's what it's
Thursday
like the
night
last
game
5
because
days.
you guys aren't gonna be here.
Alrighty.
Okay, have fun, everyone. We'll see you later.
Catch you guys.